All right, are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Just try to scoot back just a smidge.
Oh, don't look. You looked. Don't look. Don't look. All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Hello, and welcome to Mouse Minutes, where we rate Disney experiences on a classical grading scale in 10 minutes or less, or your podcast is free. I'm your co-host, Jordan.
And I'm your other co-host, Whitney.
And today, Whitney, we are grading the cabanas at Stormalong Bay, at Disney's Beach Club Resort, and Disney's Yacht Club Resort, because they are shared. They share Stormalong Bay. But we're grading...
Pool, which is the pool.
Yeah.
The pool area.
But we're grading the cabanas there at their pool, Stormalong Bay. Whitney, can you give us a little bit of background on the cabanas at Walt Disney World, specifically there?
So I will. I'll get into that.
Okay.
But let me start with just the cabanas in general. So you can rent a cabana at Blizzard Beach, Typhoon Lagoon, Yacht and Beach Club, which is the Stormalong Bay area.
Okay.
And then also Contemporary Resort and Grand Floridian Resort. Let's talk about the Stormalong Bay at the Yacht and Beach Club cabanas for a minute. This can hold up to 6 people. You get a cocktail service, so you get you get a waiter that'll come to your cabana and take your order. You also get a fridge that's stocked with fruit, and they have snacks. They have sodas and waters. You also have a TV. You have a safe there. Some very plush lounge chairs.
Nice.
Yeah, and then it's basically enclosed by, what do you call it? It's like an easy up, but it has like...
An easy up.
It's nicer than that, but it has the big old drapes on the sides.
Yeah, like a cabana.
I'd say you could call it that.
Yes.
So I will say that there are a couple different locations where you can rent these in Stormalong Bay. It's first come for, obviously, you rent it 60 days ahead. I think it's 60 days. You rent it 60 days ahead. You rent it 30 days ahead. I need to double check. I think it's 60 days.
Okay. Two different takes then.
So you rent it 60 days ahead. You can actually call to reserve this. There's an actual specific line that you would call to reserve it.
Okay.
Now,
let's do the same thing, but for 30 days.
Okay. So you're going to rent this 30 days ahead. So there is a specific line that you would call to reserve it. So you can reserve it over the phone.
Like a Disney phone hotline.
Yes,
what you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. And so for the Stormalong Bay, it's $329 for the full day, $329 for the full day.
Oh,
Feels like a lot. But you're also accommodating 6 people, so that's something that's kind of nice. You're getting a lot of snacks and beverages. That can be pricey if you're,
Yeah. Is it $300 worth of food and
Depends.
drink? Let's get into it, I guess.
Why don't you kick us off? You go first. Jordan.
You want me to grade first?
Yeah, you go first.
All right.
Okay, so Jordan, what do you grade the cabanas at Stormalong Bay?
Whitney, thank you so much for asking me that question. I grade the cabanas at Stormalong Bay, which again is at Beach Club and Yacht Club, an A-.
Okay.
You want to know why?
I was just going to say, so tell me why.
Thank you for asking. I graded this. I think it is a great way to spend your pool day.
Yeah.
If you're going to have on your Disney vacation at Disney World on property or the premises, as Whitney calls it, I think having a pool day is a good idea, but I think also having a cabana for your pool day is a great way of spending it, especially if you're going to use it for that many people. If money's not an object to you, then that's great. Definitely go for it.
Yeah.
If you're just spending maybe even just half of the day, it still might be worth it because one of the benefits to it is you don't have to jockey for position, right?
Yes.
You don't have to get there early first thing of the day and you get, try to like pick your seats and pick your spots in a spot where you want it. You get someone else is picking it for you, or you already picked it in advance, right?
You know what you're getting.
Yeah, you know what you're getting. Or, if you don't get there early enough, you're stuck kind of missing out and just like get, slim pickings halfway through the day.
Maybe you don't get chairs together.
Right.
Yeah.
In a good location where you want it, right?
Yes.
And then also having a ceiling fan is kind of a game changer, especially in the middle of the summer.
Yes.
If that's when your Disney vacation is, I think that right there is worth the money. Is it $300 worth?
$329.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my gosh.
No, but being able to have a ceiling fan and even just be able to spread out, have a little bit of privacy, where you can, kind of stretch out, push your elbows out or whatever, and not have to sit right next to the people next to you. That's great. The seats are padded, so that's great as well.
Yeah.
So you have padded seats, which are almost kind of like little sofas or chaise lounge. Yeah.
Chaise lounges and then the sofa.
But then you also get the padded beach recliners or pool chairs, right?
Or chaise lounges.
Or chaise lounges, which are, that's a fancy way of saying pool chair.
Pool chair.
But you get get that padded space, and depending on the time of day, that could be in the shade, which is a great spot if you have young children who still have a nap time.
Yep.
And you don't want to go back up to the room, especially which you can only use them if you're at yacht club or beach club, right?
If you're staying as a guest.
You can only get into Stormalong Bay
if you're staying as a guest.
If you're staying as a guest at correct. Either of those resorts. And so, if you don't want to go back and sit in the air conditioning, you can. And then everyone else could stay, whatever. But just, having that space is good, especially with them being padded. A stocked mini fridge is great with waters and sodas, like you mentioned. It's a great place to also keep your additional drinks and beverages, that you want cooled off.
Stuff, yeah.
Which we did. And then, like you mentioned, outlets, which also have phone chargers, cocktail service, so you can order food and have that brought to you.
That's very
Which
nice.
You also get that even if you're not in a cabana, right? But it's kind of a little bit more personalized, and that's your server for the day.
I was going to say, the service is a little bit better.
Yeah, maybe a little bit better because you've paid that extra.
Yeah, they're trying to make your experience great.
That's right.
For sure.
And then the proximity to, this is totally outside of Stormalong Bay, but in the pool, but the proximity to Beaches and Cream, right there, where you can just walk out, get a milkshake at their walk-up window, or even get to your reservation if you have one
No
planned
way,
out.
Jose, just saying.
Or get a sundae and then go back to your cabana. That's great. That's really cool. I think that's a great perk. And then you're at one of the best resort pools and water slides on all of Disney World property.
Whoa, big claim.
I think that Stormalong Bay, because you also have, we'll do another episode on Stormalong Bay at some point.
But you can listen to our Beach Club episode.
Yeah, or listen to our Beach Club episode. But you can, or even our Beaches and Cream episode. But being able to have, you're right there at, poolside at, I think, one of the best resort pools on all of Disney World property. Some of my drawbacks against it are the fruit back. One of my drawbacks against it are, let's get into the negative, I guess, is that the fruit basket is a little lackluster. It's not the best fruit, Yeah. It's like you can ask for more fruit and they'll bring it to you, I think, but it's just not always the ripest fruit. It's just like, it's kind of like checking off the box. It's like, hey, we got you some fruit.
It's some grapes and apples and...
like, it's okay. It can be a little pricey too, depending on, your vacation. And if it's just you and your family, or, you can only have 6 people in there. So if you if you have a bigger group and you get like 2 or 3 cabanas, they might not even be right next to each other. You could probably try to work that out, but it can get a little pricey.
Yeah, sure.
And then if you get caught in the rain, or it's just a rainy day overall, I don't know what they do in that situation, but that would be a big bummer. You're like, dude, we paid like $350 or,
Well, and with rainstorms at Disney, a lot of times it's not going to be the entire day. Not that that's not possible. And when we talk about rainstorms, I'm actually talking about thunderstorms. I'm talking about lightning that close down the pool. Usually that's just going to be for a short time and then it will pass.
But it's time.
So that would be a bummer if you were stuck in it and you had to leave, because if they shut down the pool, you must leave the pool area. Right.
Or depending on what your day looks like, if you have dining reservations and you just have, that for a period of time, and that's the period when it rains. And then I'll also say, having a TV in the cabana is a plus, but especially if there's like a game you want, or like playoffs or whatever, like NHL playoffs are on right now. So it's like, if you're coming from somewhere where like that's a big deal to you, then like you get to see it. But if there's a game, sorry, pardon me, I keep having to cough. But if you're easily distracted by television, like I
someone,
am, yeah.
You.
Then it's like it could be such a time suck, you know, and especially if you're there to spend time with your family or whoever, it's like, so which again, maybe you want to be distracted from your family. So I don't know, but for me, it feels like a little bit of a distraction.
Our listeners want to be
overall, though. I'll say it's not the best pool cabana I've ever experienced, but when on Walt Disney World property, and if you have a pool day, it is a great way to go, and I do think it is a great value, especially if you share the cost with someone else, like we traveled with your parents before, or even have a bigger group. I think it's a great value for it. Even just our family, I feel like, this is a great way of
we used it.
Yeah, totally. We used it, but we also planned to use it all day.
Yeah.
And so we made the most of it.
Yeah.
So that's what I got to say about it. A- for me. Whitney, what did you grade, or do you grade the cabanas at Stormalong Bay?
So I graded the cabanas at Stormalong Bay. I know you hate this, but I graded it an A- as well.
Oh my goodness. This is so annoying. Why? Why do we keep doing the same? Where it's like we're the same
People.
sentences. It's like we're the same sandwiches.
Okay, so I think it's actually, I wrote down great value.
Okay.
So here is why I think it's a great value. 6 people. Now, if you had a family of 6, maybe that might be a little pricey. If you're breaking it up, like if you had 3 couples of 2 and you're splitting it between 3 of you, that actually makes it very worthwhile. We actually did it for a birthday. So instead of a birthday party, our son, he wanted to rent a cabana, and we were like, great, we'll do a big, pool day. Actually, I think he just wanted to go to the pool. That was it. And I was like, well, we got to do something a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
So we rented the cabana, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. He had his first Coke there.
Oh,
He'd never had a Coke before. I think he was turning 4. I know.
I don't know why I needed to have a
Coca-Cola. Yeah, not Coke. Coca-Cola.
Oh, a cola.
The
cola.
He had
First cola.
Doritos. Like, he was living large. He was loving life. He was so excited. But it was also nice for my parents who didn't want to necessarily be in the water the whole time.
Or in the sun the whole time.
Or in the sun.
Yeah.
They were able to still experience it with us. And, it's a little bit closer to the water. And so we didn't have the cabana that was right in front of the way that Stormalong Bay is, they have a sandy area. We didn't have, there's a cabana that basically looks out at the sand right there. We didn't have that one, which was totally fine.
Yeah.
But it was nice to be able to have that experience. They were still able to interact with us. Our daughter was able to take a nap on the couch. It was just really a great experience. We actually brought, happy birthday signs and decorations and put all those up. And so it made it really, really fun. I do think that it's not something that we would do every time.
For sure. We haven't done it every time.
We've never, we would, I don't think we would.
Yeah.
But I think that it's great for a special occasion, and it's also just great to kind of level up your pool day. So if you're knowing that you're going to spend the entire day at the pool, that's what we're going to do. It's a great way to really experience it well and have a stress-free, environment for the pool day. So that's what I think is great about it. I really think it is a great value for those reasons and to do something like that.
Can I add? So, are you done?
Yep.
Yep. So I have a sister.
Oh.
I have one sister.
Yep.
Who is all about the cabana.
She
in
lives,
general,
yeah.
she is.
She lives life.
She likes the cabana. She travels a ton, right? I think she stays in her bed at home half of her life,
Yeah. But she loves her cabana.
She loves the cabana. And so for some people, I feel like they're cabana people, and their chances are they're going to default to, hey, let's get a cabana, let's spend, a couple $100. That's totally worth it, right?
Yeah.
But for us, we're not totally going to be doing that all the time. If someone invites me to a cabana, I'm going to join.
We're going to go.
For sure. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to, live it out to the fullest. But I feel like this is maybe even more kind of like you mentioned, I think you mentioned some great milestones to celebrate. It's a great way of celebrating it and kind of, like you've said, leveling up your pool day. Mm-hmm. Maybe even for the people who, maybe this episode is even more for the person who was kind of on the fence about maybe getting a cabana.
Yeah.
Do it. I'd suggest even just maybe once, every once in a while, just go for it, because it is a fun way, like you mentioned. hooked me on it. It's a great way to level up your pool day.
Yeah, and I feel like if you're going to spend like a full week at Disney, you've got a 4-day park pass, you've got a day in the middle, and you're like, but we still want it to be really fun, and we don't want to just sit on, the regular chairs. I feel like that's a really great way to enjoy like a full pool day and really rest well, as opposed to like going to Blizzard Beach or something where you're like not really resting. Like this would be a nice resting area where you can, take it down a level as it relates to the activity.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think in the future we'll also grade another cabana at another resort, maybe even at the water parks, like you said, Blizzard Beach or even Typhoon Lagoon or both. But like you said, maybe most of those people, you're not going to be chilling out because you're at a water park, so you're going to be kind of running around. But there's probably some people in your group who aren't going to want to be running around, and so it is kind of a great like home base or kind of safe spot for people to be able to relax. Yes. So I love it for that, especially if you're traveling with people like who are, like you mentioned, your parents who might be a little bit
who didn't
older.
really want to be they're not old.
In the pool or in the sun. No, not old. But I mean, like you get to a stage of life where you don't want to be in the sun all day long.
So it was great for that. Yeah. But the thing that I would say that would improve it for me was I feel like the snacks, like for our son, it was great. I wish they would have brought other snacks, like they had pretzels and chips and stuff like that. I kind of wish they would have like had some granola bars and some things that were maybe a little bit more healthy. Pita chips with like hummus or guacamole. I don't know, something that was a little bit more, not just a bag, prepackaged food. It would be very simple, a very easy way to make it feel even more gourmet.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah.
So I didn't feel like there was a ton for us. Like we don't eat like Doritos on the reg or drink soda on the reg. So it was a little like, okay, but I think you just got to be prepared to purchase more food and or you can bring in some extra snacks.
Yeah, or if you could even have the option of saying, hey, can I pay a little bit extra to kind of level up even my soft drinks to be like,
that would be a great idea.
I want sparkling water in addition to my still water. I want, poppy instead of, or, some natural sodas, quote unquote, versus some of the Cokes and stuff like that. So being able to have other options, I feel like would be a good way of being able to say, I'll pay an extra $30 or whatever for that.
An upgraded food option.
Or even just in addition to the fruit basket, I'd like a dessert platter or stuff like that. And I think you can.
We had a dessert platter,
which we did, but it was like, again, it's like, okay, well, like,
and I didn't even mention
brownie with.
We had a dessert platter. And it was again, the kids loved it, but
it wasn't like the best dessert too. You're like, okay, yeah. Like.
So, I feel like it was...
That's why it's an A- for me. Yeah.
Exactly. I feel like it was a great value. I think we will do it again. We would probably do it for a birthday again or celebrating something.
A special occasion. Yeah.
Or
our 100th episode coming up. No?
Oh,
in like a few months. Or our 1-year anniversary. Whatever.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up. We're over on Instagram at Mouse Minutes Podcast. Jump on over there and join in on the conversation. We love being able to meet you guys there. And if you guys get a minute, we would love for you to rate and grade our... We would love for you to rate and... Wait, let me just start over. If you guys get a minute to rate and grade our podcast, it helps us so much. It helps with people to be able to see our podcast, and we just love hearing from you guys. So if you get a minute, that would just make us so happy.
Yeah, and we want to know, too, some ideas of, maybe some stuff to discuss in the future, or even if we kind of are not that great, we want to hear that, too. Let us know.
No, we don't want to know that.
Okay. Let us know to our faces.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you all for being here. We will see you all next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
20 minutes?
It's not 20 minutes. Is it 20 minutes? Gosh dang it. That's too long.